Hi, my name is Gong. My topic today is value-based pricing. Pricing strategy is very important for companies who wish to achieve success by finding the price point where they can maximize sales and profits. Companies may use a variety of pricing strategies depending on their own unique marketing goals and objectives. Today, my goal is to introduce the value-based pricing to you. In my following presentation, I will first identify what is value-based pricing, then thinking about what kind of company can practice this pricing strategy. Next, I will show successful value-based pricing examples to you. First, analyze its pros and cons. That helps you to have better understanding of this method. In the following, it's time to show you how to develop this method. Finally, I will make conclusion. Value-based pricing is the practice of setting the price of the product or service and its perceived value to the customer. In value-based pricing, the price is based on what customers are willing to pay. The more value your product or service has to your customers, the higher the price you can charge. Companies in nowadays are moving away from cost-based pricing model because what I realized was that incremental margin they are adding on their top of cost, either below the customer they are willing to pay, so they are leaving money on the table, or above the customer they are willing to pay, they are not realizing the demand they should. Cost-based pricing model forget about customer. In other words, value-based pricing is all about customer. That is why value-based pricing is popular and get high profit for companies. To consumers, price is a numerical evaluation of how much they value what they are selling. For example, if I need a new winter hat, I could get one from local Goodwill store for $1. Or I could go to Macy's and buy one for $25. If I only cared about covering my head, Goodwill would win. But since I cared about fashion things, Macy's win. My willingness to pay is contingent upon the value I place into the product I want and I need, which depends on hundreds of different aspects of my psyche and situations. Essentially, value-based pricing cuts through the red tapes of this scenario to determine the true willingness to pay of the target customers for a particular product. Value-based pricing is the high profitable strategy as we can see. But will every company is suitable for this strategy? The answer is no. This strategy can increase profit for the companies that have their own key attributes such as reputable brand, good quality, unique physical attributes, good service, ease of purchase, good style. In other words, companies that produce common product or offering regular service and it is hardly distinguished from others, apply this strategy will make them getting poorer. Here, let me show you some good examples for value-based pricing. Manhattan Street vendors do successful in value-based pricing. The moment that it looks like it will rain, they raise their umbrella prices. This hike has nothing to do with costs. It is effective because they know that people will need umbrella at that time and they will willing to pay the price. UGG boots is also a good example of value-based pricing. UGGs are fashionable boots lined with sheepskin. which can be priced around $150. It is a little bit expensive, but are still very popular. Since everybody has been buying them, everybody wants to join the club and own a pair. When the sales amount go up, it shows that people start to agree the value of UGGs. UGG is able to price these boots at this higher price because of the value that the consumers have placed towards the product. Consumers that purchase these boots had their expectation fulfilled, which causes individuals to pay at that price. Another good example is Rolex. Rolex watches are a higher price than its competitors because of the materials they are made of. People will also pay for more for these watches due to their style. People would rather have Rolex than another competitor brand. Product with unique physical attributes will be able to apply value-based pricing. For example, a company that sells basic white 100% cotton athletic socks would probably use cost-plus pricing because its product does not have any special features. However, a company that sold sweet-winking, extra-padded athletic socks could use value-based pricing and sell its socks at a higher price because it provides something unique and valuable to athletic consumers. When your claim meets the condition and consider to apply value-based pricing strategy. Before you start, you of course need to know its advantage and disadvantage, because this method results in a highest possible price that you can charge, so that maximize profits. Also, it helps product or service to achieve high customer loyalty. Despite the high price charged, you can achieve extremely high customer loyalty for repeat business and referrals, but only if the service or product provided justifies the high price. This advantage tends to also derive from the nature of the sales relationships, which needs to be both close and trusting before value-based pricing can even be contemplated. How about its disadvantage? It has three main disadvantages. First, the very high prices to be expected under this method will only be accessible to the small number of customers. It may even alienate some prospective customers. For competition, any company that persistently engages in value-based pricing is leaving a great deal of room for competitors to offering lower prices and take away their market share. This method sometimes also will cause high labor costs, assuming that a service is being provided. You are likely offering such a high-end skill set that the employees need to provide the service will be quite expensive. There is also a risk that they may need to start competing firms. Now we almost have good understanding of this strategy. Then let's to learn how to develop it. Here is the four-step process to develop the value-based pricing. The first step is to find the value ceiling. In order to find the value ceiling, we need to determine the most your customer will pay for product or service using three-step approach. First is create economic model of customer's business. Second is determine bottom line impact. Third is outline business case for customers. The second step is create customer segment. To finish this step, we need to use research to develop customer segments and prioritize them according to different criteria such as economic impact, time to realize benefits. Of course, tailor the offering to meet the specific needs of the customer segment is another way. The third one is determine equitable split. To do well in this step, we need to achieve to identify and one protect. The first identify is identify an acceptable return on investment for the customer. And the second, we need to identify the next best alternative. Also, we need to protect the core value of the offering. The final step for value-based pricing strategy is develop pricing structure. In this step, we need first to use the variety of pricing mechanism rather than just one, and then ensure that payments are linked to performance and the customer pay for incremental value. And final one is consider other key points, keep the structure simple, track performance, align with market and brand, share the rewards, and establish controls to maintain integrate of offering. Here are 4 steps for developing value-based price strategy. Follow these 4 steps carefully. I believe you can do a successful value-based pricing. After this learning, in my perspective, I think this method is exceptionally profitable in those niche areas where a company can offer premier services that are highly valued by their customers. Many alternates and investment bankers have engaged in value-based pricing for decades, so it is clearly a viable method. However, it is not applicable in most businesses, where normal competitive pressure make it impossible to use value-based pricing. Above is all of my presentation. Thank you for listening.